Is being a perfectionist really a good thing? Or could being a perfectionist actually be hurting your business? Let's find out.
All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm Neil Winteregg, joined as always by Dr. Greg Winteregg, CEO of Matterhorn Business Development. So welcome back, and today we're going to talk about perfection being the enemy of profit. Now, this is a topic that Dr. Winteregg wanted to talk about here, so I'm going to turn it over to him because I'm not sure where he's going with it.
We do this to each other all the time. That's what keeps it fun for us at work. So, in any industry, you can always strive to do it better, to do it better, to do it better. Like if you're even like cutting your grass, all right, it's supposed to be 2 inches with this particular kind of grass, and it's at 2.5. Now, in order to get it down to 2, I would have to buy new mowers, invest $10,000. So I'm going to go for 2 because nobody else in this community is doing 2 inches. And all of those guys know that 2 inches is the right length on their cut. And they don't really sharpen their blades very good. So my blades are titanium and they cost $3,000 a piece. And stop. Please just stop. All right? You can always strive to do better. But trying to get it perfect, and you're going to be the only one in the county with the perfect 2-inch cut on everybody's yard, all of your clients, all right? First of all, do they care? Mm-hmm. I don't care if my grass is 2.5 or 2. And I'm kind of, this story just popped into my mind because I had somebody once like, yeah, whoever's cutting your grass, their blades aren't sharp. You see how that blade of grass is kind of jagged? My blades are sharp. And okay, I can appreciate that, but as I'm parking the car in my garage at night, I just want to know, like, did the grass get cut and are there any weeds growing in the yard? So you can totally kill your profit. And today, with technology being what it is, I mean, you can now have technology and have a $10,000 mower that cuts the grass by itself or whatever. And so you can always, with technology, spend more money and take it to the next level. But you need to assess, is striving for perfection really going to make a difference in your business? And spending extra thousands of dollars to eke out the last 2 to 3 to 5% of perfection, does the customer even care?
That's a good question. I met somebody, man, it must have been a couple of years ago now, here locally at some networking thing, who was talking about this robot that he developed that like paints rooms, right? And my first thought was like, okay, like what does the robot do that paints the room that a person can't do, mm-hmm. right? Then how much does the robot cost?
Right.
So if I'm a business owner, what do I just like drop the robot off at this house and plug it in and it just does everything and come pick it up at the end of the day like it's going home from school? Okay, then that might be worth it. But then it turns out that, you know, this machine is gonna, it's not even done yet.
Right.
It's gonna take millions of dollars to finish. And then you're like, okay, but why do we have to have this machine that paints it? This person's going for perfection with this multi-million-dollar machine that may or may not even solve a problem. It's kind of like, it's along that same line, like, okay, so what exactly is this perfection trying to solve, and why are we putting all these millions of dollars into it?
Well, and this reminds me of a Shark Tank episode, and there was a guy who had some sort of a little device that clipped onto an iPad, and so when the speakers played, it projected the sound out. So it's some sort of a sound deflecting device.
Just a little piece, plastic
Just a little piece of plastic. You remember that one, all right? So there's some people who are interested because he played it like, whoa, that's a big deal. How much does that cost? What does it cost? And then they go, what are you going to use the money for? He said, well, I need to redesign the piece. And they're like, why do you need to redesign the piece? It's fine. Well, there are some other tweaks that I really want to make on it. He lost the deal. He lost the deal. Like, are you serious? You're not going to spend it on marketing? You're not going to spend it on production? You're not going to spend it on distribution? You take the money and something that we are already... Everybody bailed in literally 60 seconds. They were all gone. So I understand that you love your product, you love your service, and yes, you should always be striving to improve on it, but don't worry about making it perfect because you will kill your profit. You're going to be spending money on product development, and you should be spending that money on marketing and sales.
Yep.
So my advice is, yes, get passionate about it. Always be striving to do better. But when you have something that the public is willing to spend money on, then market it, sell it. You can tweak it and make yourself happy down the road. But do not let perfection be the enemy of profit.
Yeah, after it's successful, that's when you see products that have been around for a while with new spin-offs, and new ways of doing things. A lot of them don't make sense, but but you see that type of stuff because now you can perfect it down the line. It's kind of like a new model of a car comes out. That model of that car is going to be out for 5-6 years. There's a big difference between year 1 and year 6. Usually, it's completely different other than just the outside of the shell. Everything internally is different. That engine sucked, so we put a new engine in it. Oh, people want this, we put that in. It continues to evolve, but they didn't wait.
They didn't wait for 6 years until it was
perfect
perfect
it.
to release it.
Exactly. So that's good advice as far as start with what you have and continue to build upon it to get it to where you want it. And then you can continue from there to keep evolving it.
And I'm going to have Abby put a link up here, up there, down there, wherever on our video proof of concept. That's been a very popular video on our channel. And you should just take a look at that as far as some basics. You have this idea as far as basics. Watch the proof of concept video. That will help you with this also.
Absolutely. Good. Well, if you enjoyed today, leave some comments down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We do 3 videos a week, so be sure you stay up to date by hitting that notification bell, and we'll see you next time.